Hello, I'm ABXToyCat and welcome back to another video. One of the really cool things about the Minecraft PC developers is the fact that they'll actually put features from mods into the game if they think they're cool enough. So for instance, if you didn't know already, the pistons and the horses both existed as mobs before Jeb saw them in the mod and thought this is so cool it needs to be part of the base game of Minecraft. And given that they do have a history of doing that, Mojang has put mods into the game before, I thought it would be so cool to show off 5 mods I think should be part of the base game. And this isn't just, mods that are like, oh, guns, Herobrine and tanks because I think they're awesome, but instead they're 5 things that would make sense in the actual game and will just improve it so much. So that's what I'm showing off today. Please do like it if you do like it because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me want to see more stuff like this. But let's get straight into the video, shall we? So yeah, I'm showing off the top 5 mods here. We'll start with number 5 on the list, which is going to be a really simple one, and that's why it's number 5, but it's one that could help out so many map makers, redstone makers, creators, like just anyone who's doing anything creative with redstone really, because it's such a simple one. But sticky redstone, or redstone paste, which is a mod for the PC, which basically allows you to combine redstone with slime balls to make sticky redstone or redstone paste. And redstone paste has 2 cool characteristics in this mod. You can use either or really to make redstone a lot better, but basically the first one is that of course it sticks to walls, so you can have redstone on the wall like so, and that's quite magical like that. But the thing you can also do with redstone is you can sticky redstone is you can make it go on specific quadrants of the block. So you can see here it's not just the normal block targeting where it's like target the whole block and break it, but instead, or even with the redstone like that, instead you can actually make the redstone go on different parts of the block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then boom. Now you can make redstone go next to each other without breaking it. You just have to use sticky redstone, and even if that's not a good enough thing by itself, what you can also use it for is of course going on walls. And I think this is so cool because of the fact that not only can you go on walls, so if I need to get that a redstone lamp over there, I don't have to have the ugly redstone trail following it like you do on a lot of maps, but instead as well as that, you can actually make it go underneath the block. So if you want to have secret redstone underneath the trail you're doing, you can totally do that. And not only that, because you can make sticky repeaters as well, if you want to, you can actually make yourself a block like that. I think I did it the wrong way around, but you can actually make yourself a repeater like so, and then hook up the sticky redstone into it, and boom, you've done that. So yeah, that's a really cool use of sticky redstone right there. It's just the most basic one I can show you. You can, if I just remove that and place some paste here, we can actually make it so it goes always to the lamp. But yeah, you can see how you could use this for a whole bunch of different things. Turning on lamps from underneath the blocks, having secret traps which have redstone underneath the blocks you're walking on. I just see so many different cool uses for it, and it's such a simple idea, just combining redstone with slime blocks, and I think that it really should be a thing there. So yeah, sticky redstone is going to have to be idea number 1 here. Let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is the more ores or simple ores mod, which basically adds more ores to the game. So I think more ores is something the game really needs. It's had the same ones, the same armor, the same tools since literally forever, or not literally forever, but since the game's been in early beta, or early alpha I should say. And this mod basically just adds some more ores to it. So it adds 5 separate ores. We've got copper, we've got tin, we've got mithril, we've got adamantite, and then we have one which is never exclusive, which is onyx. So yeah, let's explain what these add to the game. You might be like, oh, ToyCat, we don't need things better than diamond. Diamond's good enough. But you can see here, I've got a mithril pickaxe, and basically, we'll start both these. These are kind of like, a little bit worse than iron, but in exchange for that, they're a little bit easier to find. So you can see there's some tin in the wall just over there, and that's pretty cool. And you can see there's some copper just over here, which also has the secondary use of being able to use to make buckets. So yeah, it's kind of like iron, kind of split into 2 things. It's slightly worse than iron, but it still exists, and I think, just extra ore makes the world more varied. I don't think these 2 are so necessary, but I do like I look at the idea of at least one of them. Add copper, add tin, adding both is kind of cool. Maybe make a bronze between them. I don't know, but that's an idea right there. And the second and third ones here are the mithrolite, or mithril if you will, which basically is roughly as good as diamond, but it has quite a bit less durability. So it's it's almost as fast as diamond, but then it has something like 800 uses before it breaks instead of 1600. And then we have over here adamantite. So adamantite is somewhere between mithril and between diamond, but the catch here is even though it breaks faster than diamond, it's harder to find than diamond, or just as hard to find as diamond, and it mines a lot faster. So if you have an adamantite pickaxe, you can mine like 1.75 times faster than diamonds. So it's like a diamond pickaxe with an enchantment built in, and it means that if you want to mine fast, you use the adamantite. If you want to mine for a long time, you use the diamond. And if you just want to mine, if you want to get something to get to those other things, you have mithril. And I think it's a really cool ore to add to the game, all these 4 just for that sake, but also because of the fact that each ore can do something special. So basically, like I said, the copper can be used to make copper buckets. The mithril can be used to make a mithril bow, which is a another really cool part of this mod. So yeah, it's a bow which actually has a 50% chance not to use arrows and a bit of extra damage, which it makes sense because right now the only bow in the game is wood, and you can have a diamond sword, diamond armor, but you're still using a wooden bow. I think extra bows make so much sense, and if you make, mithril, the kind of bow one, if you make adamantite, the one for making tools go faster, and then you make onyx, which I believe onyx can be used for, making a bow and for making a decent sword, but the only way to find it is very rarely in the nether. It's kind of like a new diamond that's only found in the nether, so it's all the difficulty of finding diamond, but all the risk of being in the nether too. I think that'd be a really cool idea. So yeah, more ores is something I really think should be a part of the game. I love mining, but it's kind of just like, go get your coal, get your iron, get down to diamonds. Oh, you're done mining for the game now. And I think adding all these extra ores would be like, okay, so I've got myself, my mithril pickaxe, but what I really want to have is my adamantite shears, or adamantium shears, and yeah, that's something I'd really like to see there. So yeah, that's pretty cool in my opinion, and just, bringing up the ores is always a good idea. Nether quartz is such a fun thing to find. Why not have the rare chance of finding, the onyx, because it would just be extra cool. So yeah, onyx is, these 5 ores I'd really like to see in the game, and yeah, that's my opinion right there. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to have to be the iron chest mod. So the Iron Chest mod isn't one people usually download by itself. It usually comes as part of a mod pack. I've seen it in quite a few mod packs, but it's a really, really cool one because basically, instead of just having a single chest which does this, and I can put my onyx stuff in there, or having a chest which does this, what I can instead do is I can make myself an iron chest if I want to. So the downside to these upgraded chests, because you can make iron chests, gold chests, diamond chests, you can make all these separate chests. The downside to them is the fact that if you do make them, so I'll make 2 iron chests like this, you'll be able to see that I can't actually place them next to each other. So, there is still a reason to use normal chests if you want to do that, because they don't connect like this, but the upside is they both have the space of a double chest. So I think this is a really cool kind of, it just makes sense really, because right now if you want more storage, you just have to stack chests on top of each other, and it's kind of ugly, and just, it's not the greatest thing to just have millions of chests, but I think having, iron chests doubles your storage efficiency. And like I said, it doesn't stop there. If I go to my cave of secrets, you can actually see that there are better stuff than this. So there's a gold chest, which has, triple the regular chest space, I believe. Then we have the diamond chest, which is significantly more, and it even goes up to the obsidian chest, which is just all the space you could ever need in the world. And obviously, I think the obsidian and the diamond chest look kind of ugly compared to the UI here. When you think about consoles and the pocket edition getting that'd be kind of weird. But I think the gold chest, at the very least, is where they should be going. Make it taller, because that makes sense. Or work out some way to make better chests, because I think that's just a really cool idea. And if you're not sold on this yet, if you're like, Toycat, this is such a bad idea, then I think the way I can sell you is with the dirt chest that's part of this mod. So yeah, the dirt chest is made from dirt, and you're gonna be amazed at just how much this one can store, because yep, that's right, that's a whole slot full of things. So it can only be used to store dirt, which is a shame, but a whole stack of dirt stored per chest, that's so efficient. And yeah, I think it's more of a joke thing, but I still like the idea. A dirt chest looks kind of radical, and I really do like the idea of a obsidian chest, and obsidian chest is kind of used, but the diamond chest at the very least, I love the idea of, and I think more storage space per chest is something that just makes sense. I don't know what the logic is in game of being able to store extra space inside something that's made up better, but when you think about it, a chest doesn't make sense anyway. How can you store, like 1,000,000 diamonds inside a double chest? It's not 1,000,000, but how can you store 1,000 diamonds inside a double chest? You can't, that's why, and yeah, that's logic right there. So let's move on from that to the next mod right here, which is gonna have to be the ruins mod. So the ruins mod basically is an upgrade to the world generation to just add lots of random things to it. And when I say random things, it seems kind of bad, and admittedly this is a mod that I think needs a bit of work. I think the base idea is amazing, because when you first find something in Minecraft, it's such a cool experience. When you first found, snow in Minecraft, and you're like, whoa, it snows here. Or like when I first found, my first desert biome, I was like, wow, you can find these. There's cactus, all this stuff. Exploration is one of the best parts of Minecraft, and the game's kind of set up around that. And basically, this mod just adds a bunch of different random structures all over the place. So this is this villager statue is one of them. I think it's a rare one, but yeah, it just adds a bunch of these all over the place. I think it adds them too frequently, but I'll go into creative so I can show you some more. I really like the idea, though, because it means that, when the first time you find a desert temple, you can get that almost every world. You can always be finding something new if they just add, let's say, 20 of these around the world. So this one's a double mob spawner above the ground. As you can see, kind of dangerous because it spawns 2 sets of zombies. We've just got, I believe there was a random farm just in the woods there. You can find, what's this over there? You can see an almost destroyed house. I think the frequency this is at is kind of annoying because, you don't want to ever be annoyed by this, be like, oh, I wanted to make a house there, but this is in the way. But I think it should instead be something like when you explore, you randomly find this stuff, and it should be really cool. Like, oh, I found a destroyed house. Oh, I found what's this? It's a mini volcano. That's awesome. It's got some gold. It's got some copper on it. Awesome stuff. So yeah, I think that should be one of the things that you can just awesome find. Also, what it does is it makes oceans so much more interesting, because right now oceans are just a place. I mean, it's a big biome where nothing spawns, but with the result of this, there's pirate ships on them, and there's sunk ships below them, both of which I believe contain, rare drops like name tags and like saddle and stuff. And if you want to find that stuff, then this stuff is awesome. So here's a big boat on the ground, and I believe, okay, if we find a chest in here, I don't know why there's end portals all over the place, but yeah, like I said, it needs a bit of refinement, but the idea is so cool. So this chest, oh, there we go. This chest contains obsidian. This chest contains a sword, and this, okay, we didn't get too great loot from our random floating thing, but still, the idea that you can find just shipwrecks and just ships on the sea, I think if they make the the number of them lower and they make it a part of the base game, you could do some really cool stuff where every single Minecraft world has something that seems new. Of course, you'd explore all of them, even if there's 20 or 50. But the idea that the first time you see an NPC villager statue, this was just really, really cool to me. I was like, wait, is that just a picture of a villager? Who built this? And it's cool to me. So yeah, this is the Ruins mod. I'm going to move on from this to the last mod I wanted to talk about today, which is going to be the Forge Installer. So let's set the time today so we have something nicer to look at. And basically, the Forge Installer is kind of like the cheating answer to this question. So, if someone asked me, what mod would you put in the base game of Minecraft? I'd say the Forge Installer, because it's kind of like asking for a million wishes from a genie, because basically, the Forge Installer, what it does is it allows for any other mod to be, installed in Minecraft pretty much effortlessly. As long as you have the file, you put it in your mods folder, and boom, it just runs straight into Minecraft. That's how you might have noticed this is 4 separate mods. This isn't 4 mods in the same pack. This is just 4 random mods I combined together by using Forge, and that's something that's really cool. I think, making it part of the base game is something they've said that they think it's a cool idea, because they wanted to have a mod API. They were like, oh yeah, we need to have mod API, but kind of Forge does that already. But, a lot of people don't use Forge, and those people don't have as easy access to mods. Plus, you've got to consider, people on the other platforms. I just think Forge is the ultimate answer to what mods should be in the game, because then it's a mod API built into the game that just allows people to make the game, more customizable, because everybody loves mods. Wouldn't you personally, looking at this, be like, oh, I'd love to play around with the adamantium. I'd love to play around with this or that. And yeah, I think that mods in the game would be a really cool thing. And that's why I'm going to say the Forge Installer, because it's kind of like the above all option. They've said they've been doing it for a while now, but they still haven't got around to the mod API. And I think the Forge Installer is just the easy way to do that. So yeah, those are the 5 mods I'd like to see in the base game of Minecraft. Sticky redstone, more ores, more chests, or better chests I should say, and more above ground structures. Let me know what mods you'd like to see in Minecraft in the comments down below. I'd be very curious about that. But before you leave the video, I'd very much appreciate a like on it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching, and have a nice day. Goodbye.